What is up? Got a bit of a different type of video coming for you guys today. Going to be doing a camping vlog. This will be my first ever solo backpacking trip, and I am very excited. Heading out to Mount San Jacinto State Park. Gonna summit the peak tomorrow. The goal for today is just get to the mountain. I'm gonna take the tram up, something easy, something light for my first trip. You know it is. It's around 10 miles. Take the tram up, hike around 3 miles to the campground, spend the night, have a good night's sleep, hopefully. Fingers crossed, don't get altitude sick. Then in the morning, hike up to the peak and find my way back down. I'm really excited. First solo backpacking trip. I've done a few before with friends, and they've gone decently. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm a little worried about the permit, but it's a first come first serve, which is really stupid. It's just what they decide to do. I'm not exactly sure why that's the system they have, but it is. So I called the ranger station yesterday, and they said they should be fine to get me a permit. So I'm not too worried, but there is always that chance that it doesn't happen. I've been to the state park a couple other times to Boulder. Has amazing bouldering up here at the tram. But this will be my first time camping and really going off the main bouldering path. Yeah, I've been itching to get backpacking. I did a hike on the PCT a few months ago at this point, and I've wanted to start backpacking ever since. After getting audited by the FTB, finally my tax return hit, and I was able to buy some gear. So it's gonna be awesome. Unfortunately, I do not have my own tent yet. It's in the mail, so I'm renting one from REI, and my cook stove did not come in on time, so we're eating cold food, but I'm fine with that. But yeah, really excited. Let's see what this thing holds.
And the trees, flowers, and shrubs will be different. We'll travel over 5 towers under 500 feet in length.
All right. All that worrying for nothing. I got a permit with ease. Super nice ranger at the station. He was telling me only 6 other people are camping tonight out of 25 spots. Or he called 6 other groups is what he said. But yeah, beautiful night. I'm super excited. It's like 60 out here, supposed to get down to the low 50s. Yeah, it's beautiful. Really, really excited for this. Yeah, got around 3 miles to walk. There's water and bathrooms at the site. I've never really heard of a primitive site with that kind of stuff. But I mean, there is a stream that flows here. So even if the spigot wasn't on, I'd be fine at this time of year. But yeah, exciting stuff. This looks to be Cornell Peak. Really pretty. Around 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the campsites. Just really taking my time. I don't want to overexert myself because I'm very aware of altitude sickness. So just going pretty slow. Taking it easy, taking a lot of water breaks. Because I don't want my first solo trip alone. I mean, it's the same thing. But I don't want to be up all night, not able to sleep. But, you know, even if I am, it's going to be a really peaceful night. And that's just me. I believe this is skunk cabbage, but I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't smell like a skunk, so I might be completely wrong. I don't know my West Coast botany that well. But it's amazing to see the landscape changing, the terrain changing even as I'm just going up, I've only risen a little under 1,000 feet, I believe. Not even. From like 84 up to 9,000. And even in the 600 feet, I can notice like the landscape is a little bit different. Like the trees are different. It's just interesting. And it's also really cool because the further I'm getting away from the station, the ranger station, the more animals I'm seeing out. And I just love that. Like the birds are more, flitting through the trees. This is just a beautiful area. Like, I'm very, very happy to be here. It's so serene. When I'm not making a lot of noise talking, it's like completely silent besides birds. I've seen a couple other people, but nothing crazy. It's just really awesome. There's also a lot of streams that I keep seeing, and I think they're fed by mountain springs, which is really cool. Now, I'm not gonna get my water from any of them, but man, I'll tell you, I'm hungry. All I'm thinking about is dinner right now. And I'm at like, we're on the edge of the campground, so I probably have like, I'd say I have around 3/4 of a mile left. Maybe a little bit more, but it's super chill. It continues to be beautiful. This is awesome. All right, it's been around an hour and a little over 2 miles that I've gone since I last checked in. Just got to the campsite, or I'm making my way to the campsite right now. I had to go to the Stellar's J campsite. One of my favorite birds, if you know, you know. But I also filtered water, so I have 64 ounces of unfiltered I'm just carrying right now, and I filled up my bottle. I think it's a 48, but pretty excited to see. There's another unoccupied campsite right next to Stellar's J called Raven, just in case I don't love Stellar's J. But you gotta go with the Stellar's J, you just gotta have it. It is beautiful up here. You can see the sun is kind of peeking through. I think that's Cornwall again. San Jacinto Peak is somewhere out that way. It's another, scratching my nose, it's another 7 miles or so that way. So I've quit the journey. I also got the campsites. I also picked these because they were some of the furthest removed campsites from the rest of the campground, because I just wanted seclusion, All right, as you may be able to tell, it got cold, but camp is set up. Ooh, I can't lie, I got a little lightheaded, blowing all the air into the thing. But I did settle on the Stellar J. You just gotta have it. It's like root beer. But pretty nice flat camp spot. There were actually Stellar J's here when I first got here. But I'm just gonna explore a little bit, have my dinner, and good morning. If you can't tell on my voice and how I look, I just woke up. It's around 7. Gee, I look rough. It's around 7. I went to bed at around 9 last night. It did not take me too long to fall asleep. I can't say it was the best night's sleep of my life. from 9 to like 10:30, I had a bad headache and I was really nauseous. I thought I was gonna throw up. And I'm attributing it to the altitude, but after around 10:30, I was like, shit, I'm just gonna have to deal with this all night. But after around 10:30, that kind of cleared up, and I was able to sleep pretty regularly until, around midnight. It got really hot. I just stripped everything off. And then had to pee. And then on 4 or 5, I got really cold. So I had to put some back on, but I didn't put all my layers back on. I was pretty cold after that, but it was all good. Last night I was really debating. I was thinking, am I going to be able to make it up this mountain? I'm feeling I'm going to die. I felt pretty crappy last night, but I'm feeling rejuvenated this morning. I'm feeling a lot better. No headache. Like, I feel like a little lightheaded, or like I drank last night. I'm just going to drink a liquid IV or something. I think that'll heal me up. It's only 2-ish, 3-ish miles to the summit, but it is like 1,500 feet again, so it's kind of steep. But obviously, I'm not going to take any of my camping gear, so I think I am going to go for it. And we're second turnaround. But I'm feeling good this morning. And after that headache went away, I actually slept pretty dang well. I can't lie. So I was really happy with that. I didn't end up doing any reading. I was too tired. I don't know. Like I said, I've been in this tent for 10 hours at this point, and I slept the majority of that time. Well, on and off, how it is. But I'm going to get up, check it out outside a little bit, and go have breakfast. All right, back in the saddle again. Gonna go leaving camp. Gonna go fill up my water. Then I'm gonna be off to the peak. And I can't lie, this altitude is getting me. So it is gonna be slow. It's gonna be really hard. But it's gonna be okay. 2.5 to 3 miles to the peak. Then 5 miles down, I have to stop back at my camp to pack up the tent. But it's pretty much all downhill after that. So I should be okay. Let's get it. Water. Check. Backwards. Peak. 3 miles. This way. Let's get it. It's been a steep little bit here, but these trees are getting huge. It is crazy. The bird life is also crazy. I'm seeing birds that I didn't even know lived here. Just saw Clark's nutcracker. Oh man, look at these flowers. So awesome. King boulder back there, damn. But this is hard, but at this point, very worth it. The cool thing is that I'm probably gonna be one of the first people at the peak for today, because the day hikers, they're not gonna get here till like maybe noon. So it's pretty awesome. where I stayed last night. Hard to beat these views. I'm starting to get out of the forest and more into the alpine. I'm at around 10,000 feet right now. So I think that gives me around 700 more feet to climb. Whew, if you can't tell, I am winded. But I have the motivation. I will persevere. It is amazing out here. I just had a snack with a really huge squirrel at one of the most scenic locations I've eaten at. And yeah, I'm just enjoying myself.
Louder.
Need to sit for a sec.
Just at the peak, on my way back down. It was beautiful. But I'm ready to be out of altitude and be able to breathe again. So there's a bit of solace knowing that every step I take now gets a little bit easier to breathe. And you get these views on the way down. Should make it back to camp. It's around 3 miles. I think I could probably do it in an hour, hour and a half. My downhill speed is probably like 20-minute miles. My uphill speed is like 35-minute miles. I was going really slow. But yeah, I think I will check back in when I get to camp. If you look all the way out there, you can see the tram. That is where I'm going. Well, that's okay. If I could just walk there, it'd be like 2 miles, maybe 3 miles. But, yeah, that's how it works, so. Pretty far yet. But I'll make it. All right. Got back to camp, just packed it up. See you later, Stellars J. I'm heading back to the tram, and this pack feels heavy. Very, very cool campsite. I didn't show too much of it off, but it's very flat. The weren't probably, oh my, the place where I had my tent was very flat. But, all right, off to the tram. I'm ready to be out of the altitude. And now for the hardest part of the whole trip. The freaking ramps. Pure misery to get back up to the station.
There you have it. My first solo backpacking trip in the books. And it was awesome. I absolutely will go backpacking again. Probably was a little too hard for my first trip. And it wasn't the mileage, it was the altitude. Altitude killed me. You guys don't know how close I was to ending the trip last night because my head was spinning. Like, I felt like I was about to throw up multiple times, but never did. And persevered. And then also just the altitude in general. 11,000 feet was the highest I've ever been, and that was tough. Especially like the uphill sections. I was way out of breath from doing simple things, but super fun. Absolutely gonna go backpacking again, and next time might be a loop, not a out and back. It'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content. It's game changing, and J-Man out.